Hey, dudes and dudettes.
What up? Hey, out of
It's that
rhythm,
time. Hey,
fucker.
shut up! It's my turn to talk. Yeah, shut up. Shoot it. Blah, blah, blah. Weirdo.
You go take a nap, son. Fucking
I'll
eyes
show.
look like they're about to pop out of your head.
I'll show
That's
you.
why you're wearing them sunglasses.
I'll show you freaking eyeballs when I skull fuck you.
There you go. Hey, look, I'm you. Hey, look, fucker.
My glasses are better looking. Just kidding. Anyways, welcome in, guys. I'm Jamie. That's Eli. We're gonna do something. I don't know what we're doing today. You tell me, Eli. What are we doing?
He needs to sleep.
He froze.
Jamie's been moving stuff all day, and
We're
I can't
so
see it on my end.
so we're kind of in a winter advisory. So we're actually getting our first snowballs.
Advisory.
Yeah, snowballs. Rock on. Ah! Anyways, so we're gonna actually get our first snowfall for the year, which is normally not happen. Usually we get snow like around around Thanksgiving we get a little bit of snow, but it's just one of those things, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Donovan. Yeah, he was getting. I was roasting his ass
a troll.
this morning.
Don't mind him, Donovan. He's a troll. He's a troll. Remember, he's a Cowboys fan. When's the last time they won something?
Oh, they're on bye, motherfucker. That's why
they're
win.
I know. I'm actually not drinking tonight. Shockingly, I got my.
What's wrong with you? What the
rapid hydrate? This is some good shit.
Oh yeah, that stuff's pretty good.
I thought I'd change it up.
What's wrong with you, man?
What you got?
What's wrong with you, huh?
I know.
I got the nice.
Probably perk me up a little bit. The fig apple. That's good shit, man.
Right?
Hit me take a swig of that when I was over last Friday at his place, and that's fine. That's some good shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mixed that with some Crown Apple.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. So yeah, pretty much. I was giving Donovan some shit about the Packers. I pretty much said I pretty much totally bluntly said I hate the Packers with a passion. I'm glad they're looking like shit. So, but yeah, it is what it is.
They're trash.
Yeah, they're
absolute
horrible.
Garbage, man. I mean, they're in trouble. If Aaron Jones is going to be out for a little bit, I mean, that's their offense right there. I mean,
yeah, it is. It's not good.
Dubs, the whole half the team's hurt. Oh, they might lose out. I mean, they might go 3-14, man. I mean, this is some bad shit going on.
Will they actually get like a third round pick or a fourth round pick from in the 2023 or 2023 NFL draft? That might be interesting. Maybe they can actually finally get a fucking. Maybe they can actually get a quarterback finally. Quarterback, maybe.
CJ, we might college quarterbacks here in the show a little bit, but CJ Stroud. There's a couple guys. Penix from Washington. A couple guys they could look at. Can't watch anymore without. Yeah. Well, it's getting bad, dude. You might as well change the channel. This will be not good.
Get in some NASCAR. Wait, you can't watch NASCAR. It's over with. NBA. No, porn. There we go. Somebody that's better than
there we go. Lisa Ann.
We know.
Brandy Love.
So Sunday. No. Yeah. So Sunday, honestly, I didn't watch any fucking football. My ass just went boom. I just crashed. Yeah. Yeah, they probably will draft a kicker. But no, I didn't watch really anything.
I can see that.
Actually, I'm probably pretty glad that I didn't watch any football because it sounds like most of the games were kind of crap. Besides maybe 2 out of the 8 games that played or whatever, how many games there were. I think there was only like 2 afternoon games, so I was like, yeah, that was pretty lucky.
No, I mean there were some decent games. Yeah. Hopefully. You never know about that. But no, Patriots 26-3 over the Colts. That cost Frank Reich his job pretty much. I mean, Ellinger. I'm 2 games in, dude. I'm like, this kid can't play. I know it's against Belichick. I'm like, they don't want to pay Matt Ryan. That's the reason that they don't want to fucking play Matt Ryan. It's a money situation. It has nothing to do with injury or. I mean, but if they want to salvage this season at all, I mean, you got to go with Matt Ryan. They're not going to do it, but I mean, so this is a loss. Yeah. And they fucking hired Jeff Saturday. Who was there? Remember him? He was Peyton Manning's center back in the day. I guess he's like, like what the fuck? We need a fucking Colts. I mean, we had a Packers fan chime in there. We need a Colts fan to chime in and see what he thinks about this shit.
Hey, Anthony. My last week post about, or my last week about Reich being fired is true. Just shut up, Anthony.
Man, the Packers lost. I think we're up here. Oh well. We got Chargers. Chargers knocked off the Falcons. Falcons pissed that game away. I was watching that one too. I had Red Zone on, and I was just like, "What the fuck, dude?" I thought. Oh yeah. I thought Cordero was back, which is great. I mean, it's great for fantasy owners, and he looked good. I think Cordero had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We'll get to my main man Pitt. We'll get to Pitts in a little bit here as my duds, but Jets upset the Bills. Bengals, they look good against the Panthers, even without Chase. So Mixon went off for fucking 5 touchdowns. We'll get to him a little bit too. It's just great. Dolphins and Bears, Fields and Tua. I mean, that was surprisingly good. Good shootout there.
I think I mentioned that. I think I even mentioned that Friday. We were going over kind of quickly going over the matchups quick, and I said, hey, this is probably going to be a shootout between these two teams, and more likely it was damn well was.
Yeah, it was. And Miami was in control most of it. I mean, they led, but I mean, the Bears, like I said, the Bears kind of fought back at the end there, and it could have gone either way. Fields is just he's coming into his own, man. I know you've been on him since the beginning of last year, and you're like, Fields, gotta have Fields. I drafted Fields, and I'm like, especially the beginning of this year, I'm like, this kid has no weapons. I mean, what the hell is he gonna do? I mean, he's like Josh Allen. He's taking it on his shoulders. He's like, I'm the offense. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't need anybody else. I'm just gonna do it myself now.
Even with them getting Claypool, I mean, he had a couple catches, but I think he'll be a little bit more involved, by next week, so he's going to get more reps with the team, a lot this week. So I mean that'll change everything. So I think he'll get a little bit more catches than he did this week. I think he had like 3 for like 27 or something like that. He didn't have too many, but I know he had a couple catches, a couple yards.
Yeah, they'll work him more into the offense. I mean, some of these guys, it's going to be an easier transition. Like CMC, I'd say by this week he'll be fully immersed in the offense. It'll take Claypool a couple weeks. I know Jeff Wilson, when he was traded to Miami last week, Wilson stepped right in because
for sure.
They run the same offense, Miami and San Francisco. So it's no learning curve, but there's gonna be some learning curves for Claypool. So hold on to him. Don't get jumpy with him. Don't trade him. Don't drop him. Don't do anything dumb. Just kind of wait that out. Stash him on the bench for a few weeks if you have to. But I mean, I'm sure him and Mooney will make a good 1-2 combo eventually. So.
I think so.
And then last night the Ravens handled the Saints. Saints they're junk. I mean, the Ravens did what we expected them to do. Dominated, won the game. Lamar looked good. So. That was kind of a recap. I know Bucks and Rams, but that was. I'm happy we won, but that was sloppy. I mean, that was not.
I had to start Matt Ryan in the league in my dynasty, and
Matt Ryan or Stafford. I hope you're not starting Matt Ryan. You got 0.
No, I meant Stafford. I had to start Stafford in my dynasty, and that was a big epic fail. I ended up this week I only had in my dynasty league I only had 70 odd points got my ass kicked. Yeah, it was not good. So I ended up having 50 points. So I had a lot of people out. I had Stafford, Kamara, I had Michael Carter, Landry was out. I had Raymond, I had Tyson Hill, Zach Moss was out, Darren Waller was out. So like I have a lot of people out. McKissick, Davis, I Torrey Smith. He had a couple of yards, but I had a lot of people out. So I mean, my week in Dynasty, it was just crap. So I'm like 4-5. Yeah, it's not been a good week.
You got a lot of pokers in the fire, man. It kind of at this point in the year when you're in as many, doing as many sports and as many leagues as you are. I mean, you're gonna have a few leagues. I know you're doing really well in 16 man that we're in. You're 8-1, so
Yeah,
some of these.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm 8-1. That was kind of huge because I figured I would have had a little, maybe a couple more losses in there, and I figured I'd probably be struggling or something like that. But I'm pretty surprised. I mean, I've kind of hit on some guys. I was kind of lucky. I hit on some people and had a couple. Some guys didn't pan out for some other teams and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm 8-1, but either way, it's still a struggle though. I mean, it's never easy in a deep league. And we were we
No,
were kind of we were kind of talking about that a little bit last night a little bit.
yeah, no, it's not at all. I mean, I'm 4-5, and it's just it's hard. I mean, if you like I said, you make one wrong move, you're not active on the waiver. You're not. I mean, you have a major injury or multiple. It's just. It might. For me personally, like with my 4-5. I mean, you're safely in the playoff. I mean, you might as well just lock up your bid now. But for me, it's like I pretty much have to damn near run the table to get
Yeah,
in. And I won 2 in a row. I was 2-5 up to 4-5. So it's just kind of just treading water until you can get healthy. Keenan Allen, like with other guys that have him
yeah,
and differently, he's fucked a lot of people. You
yeah.
can't, like we were talking about, you have a guy like him or there's another guy too. I can't think of that's kind of in and out. You can't tell if he's playing that week or he's not. But or Dobbins for a while too was like that. But
Yep.
actually he went to IR. But Keenan Allen's fucking a lot of people. He's too good to drop. We were saying it too. He's too good to drop. I mean, nobody's going to trade for. You're not going to get any kind of value for him trading.
No, it's not. I mean, it's gonna be hard, super hard. It's hard to actually get somebody to get a trade partner for Keenan Allen since he hasn't been playing. He's almost in the same boat as Michael Thomas. I mean, if he's not going to play, I
Yep,
mean, this year's almost over with.
exactly.
So it's just like you might as well just hang it up. If there's something going on with you, man, fuck, just hang it
10th
up.
year, major injury. Yeah, dude, I would. Yeah, absolutely, I would consider that because I'm liking Palmer. I mean,
Yeah,
he's been tearing it up a few of these
yeah,
weeks especially with Williams and Keenan Allen out. Chad said there. Chad was talking about that Jeff Saturday move. I
yeah,
called this a couple weeks ago. I said that Colts were going to do something stupid, and they did something stupid. Frank Reich, I think, is a damn good coach. I think he got a raw deal here.
yeah,
The way our offense is played in Tampa, I mean, you give him Tom Brady and some weapons we have, I think he could do a lot more than what Byron Leftwich is. So, I mean, if
yeah.
nothing else, I mean, he's got an O coordinator job waiting for him. Green Bay. I mean, LaFleur is not the great. There's plays. Denver. He's an upgrade over Hackett. If you want to get rid of Nathaniel Hackett in Denver and go with Frank Reich. Frank Reich's, yeah, I think he got a raw deal. And you go with an unproven guy like Jeff Saturday, who was coaching a high school, like just a high school team. It's like, come on, dude. I mean, we'll be in Pittsburgh in 3 to 4 weeks. I can see, yeah, coordinator.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think they'll get rid of their head coach. I mean, he's been there for so long, and
Yeah, Tomlin's not going anywhere.
I mean, this was kind of just kind of a learn it season. Just kind of see who might be the quarterback and what kind of changes they're making. So I mean, for me, I don't think they'll fire him. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they totally need something with offense to kind of get that. I mean, honestly, they got a good team. They got Najee. Some people in the Discord were talking about Najee's backup. That I don't know if Najee's hurt. I don't think Najee's hurt or anything like that. But they were talking about his backup, James Warren, I believe is his name.
Yeah, Warren. Yep.
Yeah. So some people were picking him up and whatnot. So I was like, interesting. I'm like, but yeah, other than that, that would probably help that team out. I think Pickett might be the guy going forward because I
Oh,
haven't heard
absolutely.
much. I haven't heard anything else with Trubisky, so I mean he might be out.
Speaking of injuries, though, I kind of have it on the scroll on the bottom too. So they're looking at Josh Allen's elbow. I mean that's kind of major news. I
Yeah,
mean,
I heard about that.
Aaron Jones possibly being out for a few weeks. I mean, that's big news. I mean, yeah, you have to fill that running. I mean, he's 15 points automatic a week, but Josh Allen, we're talking about your franchise quarterback, 30 sometimes 36 points a week guy.
Yeah,
In
for
PPR,
sure.
it's just like that's a major. If Josh Allen would even for a week, if he's out, that's costing you your matchup because I guarantee you'll have to stick, Malik Willis or Andy Dalton. You have to stick some guy like that in there and just pray that they pop or something. But
Yeah, that's what you kind of try to see if Heineke's out there. Maybe Andy Dalton. Dalton didn't look. I started Dalton, and he. I mean, I'm lucky I
shit the
had
bed.
that one. Yeah, he pretty much shit the bed up. But I was actually kind of glad he actually ended up getting a touchdown. That can help me boost my freaking and our 12 man. So that helped me out quite a bit. But I mean, it's just it's kind of iffy, man. But if there are some plays out there for Josh Allen, there probably will be. I mean, I guess you can always try to go for their backup too. I think that's who their backup is offhand.
Oh,
But
Case Keenum.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's not bad. He's not a bad player if it does
Well,
come to it.
he worked with. So I'm clearing my throat from all that bullshit here. No, but he played with Diggs in Minnesota. Remember that big year Case Keenum had in 2017? Who was his number one target?
Oh
Diggs.
yeah.
You might actually be onto something. I mean, if you're desperate, if you're in a deep 16, 20 man league and there's just nobody, because there won't be, there's nobody out there for quarterback options. Because PJ Walker just got benched. I mean, who the hell's there?
Well,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think he got benched. I think he's good. I think he's playing this weekend.
You think it was just a second half deal where they're just like,
Yeah.
we've seen enough. Mayfield's coming in, and we're going.
Yeah.
I mean, Baker's not much better, so yeah, maybe. But yeah, he looked rough in that Cincinnati game. But yeah, but Case Keenum definitely. I mean, that's definitely somebody that's kind of off the radar that nobody's thinking about. Like, but he's got Buffalo's got weapons. I mean, Gabe Davis is a good number 2. Kenzie, I like Shakir, the rookie Shakir.
Yeah, Diggs. Knox in there maybe just a little bit. He might get a few catches in there, but I mean, overall they're a good team. I mean, even though I'm kind of surprised they got beat by the Jets, I was kind of like, when I saw that, I'm like, what?
Jets showed up, man. I mean, they both sides. Zach Wilson, I still have. I'm kind of iffy about, but love the running game. Love Garrett Wilson. Love Conklin, the tight end, and I love the defense. So their Jets are 6-3, man. They're looking real good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you want to get into some more NFL stuff, or do you want to? We could probably there's a few more things we probably get into with the NFL. We can talk about some other stuff. Bucks and Seahawks. What do you think about the first game in Germany? You're German. You get fly out there.
Yeah, I know. It might be kind of cool. I mean, we'll just have to kind of see. No, it's in Mexico. I thought that's in Mexico.
No, it's in Germany. I think there's a game. I think you're thinking about a game late. I think there's another game that's in Mexico. I think they're doing a couple in England this year, and then they're doing one in Germany. I think there might be a game in Mexico later in the season. I know for sure it's in Germany because I was reading articles. So, but Bucks are an early 2-point favorite. I don't know about that. Seattle's look good, man. That's gonna be a tough matchup for us, stopping Geno and that offense. So, I don't know about giving us a 2-point favorite there, but
I know. Seattle's looking pretty good.
They are.
I think they're all around pretty good team. I mean, even though they lack a few things, but I mean, Seattle's is playing pretty damn good. So I mean, you got Walker, you got a lot of people didn't like Geno Smith. I mean, he had his opportunities a few times, and now he's actually reaping the benefits now. And You know,
I think. Oh, good.
Lockett and DK. I mean, they're both heavy hitters. I mean, they can hit pretty good when needed. You know, you got the tight ends too.
I think no, but you were saying I think last week on the show about Noah Fant and you know I've been on Will Dissly because Dissly was a touchdown machine earlier in the season, but I'm thinking Noah Fant is probably going to overtake him because I know he's had more targets I think the last 2 weeks, so I think Noah Fant's going to be the number one guy. So if you're looking, and I know he's available in quite a few leagues, so if you're looking for a tight end,
I actually had to. Yeah, I had to play Ditsley in one league, and he got me. I think it was either 4 or 5 points or something like that. So, yeah, it was one of those things. But yeah, overall, I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch any college football or anything like that.
You missed a couple. Well, the Georgia Cards and 49ers in Mexico City. Yeah, that's the one we're thinking of.
Yep. Yeah. That could be the one.
Okay, you missed. Yeah, you missed out, dude. You missed out. LSU Bama was fucking. That was phenomenal. That was fucking great. That was. I mean, LSU's back, dude. Like, you know, I wasn't so sure. You know, they went 6-6 last year, and I think 6-7 with the bowl loss too. But
crazy. All I know is UNC won. They're 8-1. So go Tar Heels.
Yeah, no, I think they're up to number 17 now. So
I think they just ranked them at number 15 for the
15. They've looked great, man. Drake May, the QB's got 31 touchdowns, almost 3,000 yards. I mean, he's a freshman. I mean, so he won't get as much love. Obviously, there's been freshmen to win the Heisman, but I think they've been saving this award for CJ Stroud. I think Stroud's kind of, he's been coming on the last couple of years, and he's the projected number one guy, probably the number one pick of the draft. So now he's the favorite, and the hooker kid from Tennessee. But I would put Drake May right in that mix. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he finished in the top 5 in Heisman voting. I mean, this kid's been great. UNC. I think they're going to win 10. I think they'll win at least 10 games here. I think they'll get to 10-2. Probably get into the ACC championship, and who knows? Maybe win an ACC title. And I don't think. I mean, there's just a lot of stacked teams at the top. I don't think UNC. I mean, they'd have to jump a lot of teams and basically run the table. Like if they run the table, they've got a chance at the playoffs. But you got to jump a lot of teams. Michigan, TCU. I know Bama's fallen a little bit, but I'm pretty sure Bama's still ranked over UNC. Bama's probably. I haven't looked at the latest rankings, but I would guess maybe 11 or 12 with 2 losses. So LSU's probably right in that mix, probably 10. So there's some good quality teams with good quality wins that they'd have to jump. So, but yeah, no, UNC's looks very impressive. And then obviously the Tennessee Georgia game, that was kind of a letdown. Tennessee was and they didn't get blown out. They lost by 14, but they just overmatched. I mean, Georgia's head and shoulders the best team in the country.
Yeah. Pretty much far as passer ratings, Drake's second from CJ Stroud with about 180. Well, CJ Stroud's got 185. Mays has got 181. Pretty much that's passer rating. So I mean, Mays is up there with a lot of these people that that are these heavy hitter teams. You got Hendrick Cookers. He's 88.1.4. Bo Nix is up in there. I mean, that's kind of crazy. You got Dorian Thompson from UCLA. He's up in there. So, I mean, there's just some passer ratings, for season-wise touchdown for, a freshman having 31 to CJ Stroud actually having 29 touchdowns season-wise. I mean, that's just insane, man.
Yeah, May's going to end up with, I mean, shit, man. If he tears it up a few of these games, he might end up with 45 touchdowns. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a monster, possibly one of the greatest freshman seasons ever at quarterback, in my opinion. Especially if UNC gets goes 11-1, 10-2. I mean, this has to be up there. It's crazy because I mean, when Sam Howell got drafted by Washington, you're like, okay, there goes our golden goose. There goes Sam Howell's probably the best quarterback to be through UNC years.
Yep.
And this May kid's probably better. You know what I mean? I can see him
for sure. And rushing yard wise, I mean, he's got 513, and that he's actually in the top, top 9 or actually in top
Jesus.
10 of rushing. He's behind. Well, yeah, he's yeah, 8th in rushing right now. You got Malik Cunningham, 541, Adrian Martinez, 617. So he's in here with a lot of known, namers, that are actually playing well. Well, not no namers, well known players. I should put it that way. But I mean, yeah,
We'll
overall,
get,
I mean, he's
today's election day, so we're gonna get our little Drake May pins for 2024, and we're gonna stick them. We're sticking right there. Drake May, Heisman.
Drake Mays to Dallas.
Yeah, 2025 draft. Hell yeah, that's your
Yeah.
Dak replacement right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
With this
Other than
back-
that, yep. I just know that Tennessee Georgia game was gonna be pretty high going because I know they ranked Tennessee being number 1. They pretty much over the Bulldogs, and it's just like ooh.
They're still they're still a quality team. Tennessee's still, in my
Yeah.
opinion, they're still a top 10 team, regardless of who they're playing. But they're just Georgia's on a whole different level. And Clemson went down too. I know Clemson lost to Notre Dame, so that was, and they got blown. I mean, they got the doors blown off on that game. I think Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame won by like 21.
Damn.
So that was not good. So, and that was Clemson's first loss of the year. Oh, we got. All right. Is it time?
Yeah, it is time.
Is it time?
Yep, it is time.
Excuse me a second here.
Oh, it's dark. It is dark. What's going on, guys?
I've just entered the red light district. Pimps and players.
Oh.
All right. Let's get into some studs and duds. Let's start off with studs here. Joe Mixon, mentioned him a little bit earlier. 5 touchdowns. Jamie, this was when you remember when Kamara won you the fantasy title a couple years ago with that 6 touchdown game? Of course you do. That's one of your favorite.
Yeah, I did.
It's one of your favorite games ever.
Yes, it is. Yes, it was, man.
Mixon had 58.5 points in full PPR. Good Lord. He went off. But yeah, if you were playing Mixon, it doesn't matter what your team did. If you were playing Mixon, you lost. You took the L. And then on the flip side, you know what? The entire Patriots defense, because they also scored 26 points, which, I mean, most of the time, all you ask from your defense is, hey, maybe can you get me 10 points? Can you give me 8 points? Just something to help in a close matchup. Just don't get me 0. Don't get me 2. I like the red. Of course you do, buddy. It's a nice touch. Yeah.
This is called the red light. This is the red light district segment. That's what's going on.
Damn right. Only out of rhythm. This is the only place you're going to get this. Nobody else is doing this. Govier ain't doing this. Patriots defense, Jamie, they went off. I know it was against a Colts team without Jonathan Taylor, and they pretty much packed it in. They were going to fire their coach, and Ellinger, rookie, all this stuff. But still, 26 points is 26 points. And if you played the Patriots defense, you probably lost 2. So
yeah, I played their defense. I picked them. I was able to I just picked up the one of the random defenses, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! I'm like, damn, man.
You were available?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep. I picked them up in the league. I can't remember which league, but yeah, I ended up picking them up, and so that helped me out quite a bit.
Good golly. Well, hey, man, if people they had a couple stinkers this year, but the Patriots defense has been top 5. I mean, consistently, they're one of those defenses now where it's like, now I hope you're going to stick with them. You'll find, if they got a bye or something, you'll pick somebody else up or save them, because that's what I'll do. If you have a top 5 defense, if you have a Buffalo, Denver, New England, a team
Dallas.
like that, you hold Dallas, you hold on. I did it, the 12-man we're doing. I got Dallas, and I had to go pick Minnesota up last week because they had a bye. But you have one of these top 5 defenses, you don't let go of them. They're valuable. They pull stuff like this where you can win matchups. Is it time for some duds, Jay?
Oh,
wait, you were talking about Fields. You were talking about Fields, weren't you?
No. Oh, yeah.
It's your boy. You've been waiting a couple of years for this. You've been waiting. It's your boy.
I
Did he
know,
have
right?
178 on the ground? Did he have like fucking? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, no, this was pretty awesome. I mean, I'm pretty glad that kind of to see actually Fields just blowing shit up, man. I mean, I for him to actually rush for almost 200 yards rushing just by himself, man, that's just insane. I mean, he's actually got the record for rushing yards by a quarterback in a single
Regular
game.
season.
Yeah,
He was 3 yards short of Kaepernick had a game, I think 2012. He had a divisional playoff game where he had 181. So, but he was damn close. I mean, he could have, I guarantee he could have, if he wanted to, he could have broken that too. He would have had the NFL record,
yeah,
uh, for in 3 touchdowns through the air. You can't just say people said that about Lamar too when Lamar first came in. Like they're like, okay, this guy's he's just a running quarterback. But I mean, people forget Lamar had like 35 or 36 touchdowns as MVP year. Justin
yeah,
Fields is far behind, man. Next year we might be talking about potentially, especially if the Bears make the jump and they get a few more pieces, we'd be talking about
yeah.
Fields for MVP. I mean,
I think we will be. I mean, they actually, they actually got some trade pick, valuable picks back for this year, for this
they did.
upcoming draft this year. So they should be able to build up this offense. So I mean, this offense will probably look a lot different next year. I'm hoping so, anyways.
Sorry, Donovan. Green Bay's in trouble. Not only the Vikings better, not only the Vikings better going forward, but the Bears are too. So you better, yeah, you're lucky the Lions are there. Oh wait, you lost to them too.
But yeah, I picked my boy Drake Mays. We were talking about that in there, so that's kind of my other, he's, it's kind of a college football stud. But I mean, overall, I mean, he's actually looking for him being a freshman, him coming in, he's been playing pretty damn great. I love it.
I'll be honest, man. I'm most impressed with the fact that he's only got 3 picks, and I think he's only had like 1 or 2 fumbles. So he's only turned the ball over probably a handful of times, which for a
Yeah,
freshman isn't phenomenal. And the 513 rushing yards.
yeah,
This kid's an animal.
yeah,
He's not going to win because CJ Stroud he's earned this, for a couple years coming. But
yeah.
Drake May needs to be in the top 5 for Heisman at the end of the year for sure.
Yeah, he's got to be at least be in the running for it at least, man. That should
Yeah,
that
exactly what you should do.
you know that's just me though.
We'll mail you the shovel.
But yeah, for sure. And our last one to round off our red light district, Eli's duds.
Oh man, you know what? Kyle Pitts, and this has been all year coming. Okay, I've cut him some slack because I'm not the biggest Marcus Mariota fan, and I know that Atlanta's they're kind of smoking me. They're pretty much Cordero and a little bit of Mariota. That's their offense. But after his rookie year last year, obviously Matt Ryan was there still, but after his rookie year and as highly as he was picked, he was a top 5 draft pick. This year, he's just been a complete disappointment every week. And if you drafted it, and I couldn't get my hands on him in the couple leagues I'm in, but I would have drafted him. Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't thinking twice about Kyle Pitts, but he has let a lot of people down, not to the extent of my least favorite guy, Keenan Allen, but he's let a lot of people down, and it's just time to expose him. So he's on the duds list. 2 for 27 isn't abysmal, but that's beneath him. That's beneath you're supposed to be a top 5 tight end, dude. And you haven't played it all freaking year. CEH, he, like I said, he's just a casualty of the Chiefs' offense. You don't know who's popping. You don't know if it's going to be Hardman that way. Hardman had a touchdown this week, but you don't know if it's going to be Hardman. You don't know if it's going to be Juju. The only consistency, like you said, is Mahomes and Kelsey. That's it. But CEH has been getting a lot of starts, in the flex spots, especially. From what I've seen, and he let those owners down this week. Only a few points. It's like, dude, that's not enough. That's we're getting crunch time. We're this is what does Scott Hansen say on Red Zone? This is the witching hour.
Yeah.
Well, this is the witching hour. I mean, you've entered hell, and now you've got CEH and Kyle Pitts. They're the duds. I say. All right, enough of this.
Yeah. Well, and that was our red light district segment of the week. Thank you, Eli.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to do it, man. I look forward to it next week too.
Yes. Yeah, I think people are gonna start liking that. Be like, ooh, red light district, baby. Like,
Exclusive
who's
only
gonna?
here. Only
Yeah.
red marker, red light. You get that here, baby.
Yeah, they're gonna be thinking who's gonna hey, let's put some predictions out there. Let's get some comments out there of who might be the studs and duds next week. Let's
You know what? Let me look at just off the top of my head. I'll give you two of each from some of the matchups I've seen. Um, I think for studs, I actually, you know what? I think that I think Jamal Williams. I think he's gonna again this week, and they're playing the Bears defense. I mean the Bears by getting all those defensive players to go. Jamie, do a black light prediction. Yeah, we'll find something else on Jamie's black light too. No, but for next week, they're playing the Bears defense. The Bears are depleted on defense. They traded all the studs, Quinn and Roquan Smith. They got rid of them. So Bears are going to be giving up a lot of points the rest of the year, which is fine. I mean, they're going to build the offense up. They're done with defense, which I support. But that being said, Jamal Williams has been a beast, and I think Swift is going to be out in week 10. So Jamal Williams, plug him in again. I think he's primed for another probably 16, 18-point week. So I put Jamal Williams in there. And then we got the Chiefs and Jags matchup. Yeah, I think based on the defense, and the Chiefs have been. I mean, they haven't been abysmal on defense, but they've been spotty.
Yeah.
I can see. You know what? I can see Trevor Lawrence going off. If you've got people are really low on Trevor Lawrence right now, especially in DFS. I mean, I would consider Lawrence this week. I think he can get a
sure.
22-point game, which especially if he's your backup and it's a bye week, you're in like a 12-man league, he's your backup, stick him in there. I think Lawrence is going to surprise people this week. Duds, Titans and Broncos. Titans actually got a pretty good defense. I don't expect much at all from. I would say Jerry Jeudy would be a dud. I don't see Jeudy doing much of anything. I think he wants out of Denver, to be honest. I could see a 1-catch, 12-yard kind of game. So I would stay away from Jerry Jeudy. And then going down to the Cowboys and Packers. It's in Lambeau, but the Cowboys defense is, I mean, they're top 5, man. They're solid every level. They get pressure. They pick the ball. They're just Cowboys defense is just solid all around. I don't see the Packers, especially without Aaron Jones. They ain't moving the football. So
yeah,
if you're
Dobbs is out too. It sounds like so.
Yeah, so don't. Yeah, basically, my dud would be for probably the 5th time this year. Aaron Rodgers. Don't stay the hell away from Aaron Rodgers. It'll be another 132 pick game. I mean, he's no better than fucking Derek Carr.
Yeah.
So those are just off the top of my head. Those are my Jerry Jeudy and Aaron Rodgers for duds for week 10.
Yeah, that's
And sometimes I'm wrong, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out which teams might have the shootout in there. I don't know if the Jags will, but I don't think the Jags will kind of have that shootout with the Chiefs. I don't think they have the offensive weapons of kind of do something like that.
I think they can. Stud the entire Dallas team does no, Jamie Etienne has been a absolute beast since they traded James Robinson a couple weeks ago. Etienne had another monster game. I mean, he was in there. He could have been in there for studs of the week. So I mean, he was right behind Mixon, the Patriots defense. I would have included him. So I think Jacksonville's going to surprise some people. I think it's going to be. I know Jacksonville's 2-6. They're not very, or 2 whatever they are, 2-6, 2-7. They're not very good, but I think it's going to be a competitive, high shooting, high scoring matchup with them and the Chiefs for sure. Studley Buddy with the 23 trophy and 12-man. Yeah, in your dreams, you got some competition in 12-man, buddy. You got Chase. Jamie's coming. Jamie's up to 5-4. Jamie's coming. PPE's Go ahead, Jay.
I'm number 6, baby. So I'm right there. Boom.
He's got PPE's coming. He's up to 6-3. Zach's still lurking there at 5-4. I mean, you got easy money. Now it's gonna be hard, man. This is probably the hardest playoffs ever between the 6 guys. I mean, there's some, and you might even have a stud like Loomis. Loomis might miss the playoffs here. He's down. He's at 4-5, and in 12 man. So
Yeah, Josh was off to a hot start, and now he's down. He's back down
no,
there.
Josh is actually in fifth. He's
is he? Oh, okay.
He's 6. Yeah, he's 6-3. He's in fourth.
Is he?
Yep. And then Zach's in fifth. You're in sixth. Cheese is in seventh.
Yeah.
And Wes has won 3 in a row. Wes is up to 3.
Anthony is our toilet bowl boy
yeah,
of the league. We'll have to give him. We'll have to make sure to give him a actual.
Get your Lysol.
He needs a cleaning. That's for damn sure. No.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just trying to think of the other. I think that Giants game, maybe Texans game, that might be kind of a wash game a little bit. I was just actually trying to think of some other guys that might just pop off. I mean, you got
Pierce, absolutely,
yeah.
Pierce, and who knows if Cooks is out again and Nico Collins is out again. It obviously wasn't Philip Dorsett. I mean, Dorsett had a decent game. I think he had the most yards for them, but the young kid that they had that had the 45 yards and the touchdown, I forget his name. But he was the hell the Texans guy that had the here. Let me try to find him.
Not Nico. You had him, didn't you?
No, Moore. Chris Moore. Chris Moore. He had 4 grabs, 45 yards, and a touchdown. If you're desperate, him and Dorsett they had about the same number of targets. So if you're desperate and those two guys are out again, Cooks and Nico Collins, 16, I picked up Dorsett. He was just sitting there in 16 man the day of. So I know Dorsett's available in all these leagues. I know that Chris Moore is available in all these leagues. So go snag one of these Texans receivers up. Maybe they'll surprise you. I mean, the Giants defense is solid, but it's not great. So I could see them giving up, 20, 23 points to Davis Mills, and somebody's got to get those points. It's either going to be the rookie Pierce, or they're perfect transition. Some pickups for week 10. Yes. Yep. Thank you.
For sure.
Chris Moore was, I didn't even know the hell, because I'm not following who the hell follows the Texans. Texans fans don't even follow.
I don't. Only guy I follow is Brandon Pierce. Cooks and
Cooks too. Yep.
Yeah. Well, they had I'm trying to think of there's another guy.
O.J. Howard.
No, they had another guy that his name was kind of almost kind of girlish. Can't think of his name now offhand. I think he's somewhere else now.
Probably is. Yeah, they make dumb moves. He probably is. I would say let's just go down a couple matchups here. I didn't know Chris Moore. Damn, I didn't know he was 29. I thought he was a young guy.
Oh, jeez, really?
I guess Chris Moore has been around. Yeah, I guess he's been around since 2016. Oh shit.
Wow. Well, let's see here. A lot of our.
Why don't you start? Do you have any waivers off the top of your head that you're like, yeah, guys, I think he's available. Go snag him up, or go trade this guy. Go drop this guy.
Well, yeah. If I actually picked up OBJ actually in my 20-man league. I dropped Dobbs, and I actually picked up OBJ.
Okay, thought process behind that. Do you think how long do you think Dobbs is going to be out? And B, who signs Odell? Is it going to be the Vikings, the Bills? Like who's the Rams? Who's going to sign him?
Honestly, I think Dallas signs him. I think
really. I think they should too, dude. They need. Gallup is. He's coming off the injury. He's solid, but they need a number 2 guy that they can that can take a little bit of pressure off CD.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just if Jerry Jones is talking about OBJ, it's kind of like, he's like
what Jerry wants, Jerry gets. So if
so I'm thinking and I just seen a tweet. Yeah, he responded to Micah Parsons. So I'm like, this is kind of getting a little spicy, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him at in Dallas. I'll be getting an OBJ jersey in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's number 13. Is that available, or is that Gallup? Gallup's 13.
Gallup's 13, but yeah, it's hard to say, man.
He'd be number 1, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, Terrence Marshall.
Yeah,
If you're in a deeper league, yeah, totally. I'd be all for him. I mean, I was kind of off. Well, since Robbie Anderson, CMC is gone, yeah, I'll be all for Terrence Marshall for sure, especially
yeah,
in deeper leagues.
yeah. I snagged him up in 16 man a few weeks ago. He didn't
Yeah.
do, but
Well,
I know
he had
he's sitting there
87 yards. I think what, 9,
2
10
weeks ago.
targets.
2 weeks ago, and then he had a touch. He had I think he's had a touchdown 2 weeks in a row. So he's got value. I mean, he's got. I think Marshall, can get you 10, 11 points, which especially in bye weeks right now and injuries,
Yep.
that's the kind of guy you need. That's the kind of guy you can put in there and at least put some gum in the in the bottom of the boat. Kind of keep it afloat here. In that same vein, Traquan Smith, kind of guys in that same level, deeper leagues that you can probably go and get for nothing. Traquan Smith from the Saints, Demarcus
Yeah.
Robinson. I know he didn't really play much, and I think he had a few targets in the game last night. But Demarcus Robinson for the Ravens, I can't. You know what? Anybody that jumped on anybody that jumped on him earlier, that stashed him on the bench. I know you talked him up in the preseason. He's paying dividends now because I don't know how long Mark Andrews is going to be out for, but likely he's a beast, man. He might make Mark Andrews expendable. Which is crazy. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could use Mark Andrews a top 5 tight end, but
most definitely.
Likely is damn good.
I mean, I actually picked him up in a league or two, and I actually played him Monday night, and it didn't help me win. But I mean, overall, I mean, he was a good play though for sure. I mean, I think he ended up with a touchdown. I think he got a touchdown and a I'm not sure how many yards, but I didn't get it finished my edits. But there was a couple edits I just had to finish up on the running backs and the tight ends. There were little swaps in there, but yeah, Kenyon Drake. If you got Kenyon Drake, keep playing him because I mean he seems like he's playing well. He had 2 touchdowns last night, so I know there was a lot of people picking up Justice Justice Hill.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I didn't really look at him. I just know that Drake was actually just getting the carries, getting a touchdown. So I mean, I would stick with Drake. That's me though. Actually,
Well,
I ended up having him on the bench, and I probably if I would have played him, I probably would have had some more points. But oh well.
He's kind of he's hit and miss though. I mean it's a good time. If it's a desperation week, you got buys going on in a flex position. He's like a Hardman where it's like he's not an every week starter. He's not. I said the same thing about. I mean Dobbins. You might as well go and drop if you got J.K. Dobbins. I mentioned him earlier in the show. If you got Dobbins, I'd drop his ass because he's not going to be off the injury list until week 13. And I think Drake and these other Gus Edwards, I think Gus the Bus, I think they've kind of superseded him. I think the Ravens are done with this guy. He has an injury history. They don't think he's going to be right even when he does come back. So it does you no good in the playoffs. So if you've got J.K. Dobbins like I did, and you've been IRing him or you've been sitting him, I would drop his ass. He's got no value, unless it's a keeper or dynasty league or something. But in the same vein, we got Elijah Mitchell coming off the injury report this week. He might actually play. So I've been stashing him away on IR and 16 man, and I know some other guys probably have him too. Do you have many in any of your leagues?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any shares of him at all. Just because CMC is probably gonna get he's probably gonna get most of the target, most of the carries, most of most of the shares in that backfield. So Elijah Mitchell, he might get a little bit, but
I'm kind of like somewhat hoping that CMC pulls a CMC and gets hurt, and then Elijah Mitchell, takes over where he started before he got hurt week 1. He's back to being their number 1 guy, which would be. I mean, then you get a starting running back. It's kind of like what we did with Hubbard last year, or earlier this year with Foreman and Hubbard. It's like you kind of just expect a CMC injury. That as great as the guy is, as great of a player as he is, at some point he's going to break down. So you kind of just bank on that. So I would hold on to Elijah Mitchell on your bench, stash him away. He's going to be the number 2 back. So he's basically going to get what Jeff Wilson was getting that 1 or 2 weeks they were playing together. He'll be getting the Jeff Wilson workload there.
As far I was looking at running backs, seeing what's out there, and there's really nothing out there. I mean, you got Gainwell. You mentioned J.K. Dobbins, but then you got that Blackshear. I mean, he actually had a pretty good game this last weekend, but I think that was kind of more of a fluke. I mean, it's going to be pretty
Chuba,
much.
Chuba, yeah, Chuba Hubba Hubba's coming back this week, so
Yeah,
Blackshear's share
yeah,
of touches is going to go away. Foreman should stay the number one back.
yeah.
Uh,
He will.
but let's see what else we got here. Do you look at Kylan Hill at all from the Packers? Like if Aaron Jones or are you more like, hey, I'm going to load up on AJ Dillon? Like, is AJ Dillon going to get 20 plus touches and kind of just be the feature back if Aaron Jones is out for a little bit? Or do you look at somebody like Kylan Hill's their backup running back? He's let's see,
He's 0% rostered, and if
20 man. People get desperate. I mean, you're in a 20 man league. People get desperate if you're in a desperate situation and you're still waiting on Kyron Williams from the Rams. Just a deeper running back.
yeah.
I mean,
I know it's.
it's
I would kind of wait and see kind of on that. I would probably make that more of a Saturday night, early Sunday morning move if all possible. I mean, I would probably wait to kind of see which direction they go, because I wouldn't want to waste a roster move on somebody that's not going to play. You pick them up, then you're like, oh shit, there goes you maybe toss down like a $5 in this guy or something like that just to get him on your roster, or now you probably won't even need any fab money to get somebody like him. But I guess I wouldn't really try to. I wouldn't unless you really need to. That's just my opinion.
no, that's fair enough. Is
Yeah.
it? Did you have any status updates at all on Brandon Cooks? Because I was just looking at because we were talking about Texans receivers earlier, but Nico Collins will be out. He's up in the air, which pretty much means doubtful. Which I would at this point in the week, I would safe to assume he won't play week 10. So we're talking about
Yeah.
Chris Moore. If you want to look at Chris Moore or Philip
Yeah.
Dorsett, but I don't know if you heard anything about Cooks, but yeah, he
No,
might. But yeah, I'd keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just know he didn't play because of the trade thing, and so I don't know if he's just rebelling now. So I don't know if he will or not play this weekend.
He's like, fuck you. I wanted the hell out of Houston. What the hell?
Yep.
I wanted to go to Dallas. I wanted to go to the Green Bay. Like, what the hell?
The other guy you could probably take a look at is Darius Slayton. He's out there in some leagues. So I mean, it's if you're looking for some guys, and this might be just a blowout game because the Giants playing Houston, but never know though. I mean, Houston can put up some numbers. They almost beat the Eagles, last Thursday. So just don't know about them.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think Wan'Dale Robinson might be available too. I mean, if you look at Giants receivers and
he might be pretty well rostered anyways.
Are people really okay? I wasn't because I know in 12 man he's available. Wasn't sure about. I'm pretty sure
looking at
16 he's off the.
Yeah, but I'm looking at 16 right now. This is where I'm getting a lot of my looking at a lot of stuff in a lot of these deeper leagues. I mean, I'm sure somebody like him would probably be available in a smaller league. I'm sure.
But Cole, what do you think about for tight ends? What do you think about the future of Cole Kmet? Like, do you think he's got with Fields kind of getting a few more weapons and the passing game seems to be kind of cranked up a little bit. I know Kmet had 2 touchdowns in that Dolphins game. Do you see any value in Kmet going forward as at least a backup or?
I guess I mean if you got him on your team, I mean I had him on my team in one league. I think it was my 20 man, and I had to play him, and I don't really have too many shares of him either. So I mean I got I think I got Marymuth. So I pretty much got Marymuth and then I got Kmet. So it's kind of been between those two. One I haven't even put Pat in any of my lineups. It's just been freaking Marymuth, or I mean Kmet. So I know he's good. He's right now the whole the whole tight end like position overall is just it's shit. If you don't have Kittle, you don't have Kelsey or Mark Andrews, Kelsey or Ertz, maybe DJ Goddard. Those
those are gonna be your main guys that are catching touchdowns or getting, the rest of these guys are gonna be like you hope maybe double digits. So it's
I was hoping you'd get something from Harrison Bryant. He didn't do shit against the Bengals a couple weeks ago, and then they had a bye week last week. But Harrison Bryant's the guy that's filling in for David Njoku, who's the stud tight end.
yeah.
So I don't know if you want to, if these guys want to try, if you're desperate enough, bye week, whatever. Harrison Bryant, I could see him getting a few targets, and I don't know, maybe he'll have more value if Njoku's going to be out for longer, or maybe when Deshaun Watson comes back. You hear about that shit? Week 13, he's starting, man. Count it down. I'm going to make sure I'm in a massage parlor that week just to celebrate. I might get my happy ending at the Asian aromatherapy in Aberdeen.
Oh, good God. But
yeah,
let me look here quick. I gotta see who was on bye because I was gonna look at that too. I was gonna see who was all on bye for this upcoming week because I know there were 6 teams on bye last week. I just needed to see how many people are on bye this week to kind of get a better idea what's all kind of going on. So Baltimore, Cincy, so Jets and Patriots are all on bye. So I mean, a couple teams that are not really too heavy. I mean, you got pretty much Burrow.
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals, and you got Lamar. Pretty much Joe Mixon. So I mean, won't really hurt anybody too much. I mean, some of these teams are kind of already. So
I think it's gonna hurt Buddy in 12-man though. I think he rode Mixon to over a 200-point week. So I don't know what he's gonna do without his beloved Mixon.
He's gonna take an L. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I'm just gonna look
at like Babe Ruth. All right. The Ravens. I guess Lamar. Make sure you've got somebody suitable. Maybe an Andy Dalton or somebody
maybe probably wouldn't hurt Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones. Maybe maybe a Keith Keenum if all possible. If Heineke's out there,
yeah,
maybe
definitely.
they're playing Philly, but it might be a good game.
Yeah, Washington's been playing tough. Whether they're losing, I mean, they could have beat the Vikes this past weekend. I mean, they're a tough 4-5. So in Heineke had, I mean, he made a mistake or two. That's why he's been a career backup. But he had a decent yardage, 2 touchdowns, had some rushing yards too to kind of make up for the interception. So yeah, Heineke's definitely a one week guy. If you got Heineke on your bench, stick him in there, you'll be just fine. Yeah. Same with Daniel. If Daniel Jones is your backup, I mean, that's a damn good backup. I don't want him as my starter, but he's a damn good backup. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, if you need somebody like him, I mean, I probably wouldn't. He's getting pretty. He's kind of shaky, but I mean, he'll give. Depends on who they're playing. They're gonna. His last game with the Jags, he put up 31 points. They're playing Houston. It's very possible he can maybe see 21, 25 points.
No, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised he got 20 points. Daniel Jones, absolutely. Don't say that. Nobody will fetch the. Yeah, you better enjoy that 7-1 record now because the Bills are going to slap them around. I mean, that's going to. They're angry. That Jets game pissed them off, and it all depends on Josh Allen though. If Josh Allen's playing, I think they handle the Vikings. The Vikings haven't beat anybody; they really haven't. But if Josh Allen isn't in there, then I think you guys have a chance because I don't know. Case Keenum, maybe he wants some revenge because Minnesota did him dirty a few years ago. So yeah, you never know that Vikes and Bills matchup. So
if Allen does miss, I mean, I think I'd go Keenum. Why not?
Yeah, nobody's even thinking about that, especially in 20-man. I mean, you could go snag him up right now. Yeah, snag him up, put him in there, and probably win your matchup. So,
Rondell Robinson is out there in 12-man leagues.
Yep,
16 and deeper. It probably won't be out there.
Too good to not have. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Jefferson's out there. Treylon Burks might be coming back, so I'm hoping that will be a plus for the Titans. I wouldn't worry about.
Yeah. From when I was reading, Jay, a couple weeks. Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
Well, that is if they start throwing the football more than 12 times, because that's
right.
Titans receivers have no. I mean, Robert Woods had 0. I think he had 0 points, and Robert Woods is technically their number one guy. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Their defense, like I said, their defense is great. Derrick Henry's still great. Derrick Henry needs to be. If the Titans somehow get in the playoffs and win that division, Derrick Henry needs to be in the MVP conversation. The guy's just a fucking animal. Carrying the whole team, man, whole offense.
What do you think about Jeff Wilson in smaller leagues? Jeff Wilson's out there. You got that Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the same usage he got in San Francisco. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference at all. It's the same offense, and with obviously it's going to be a rotation thing with him and Mostart. But I mean, they had the same thing going on in San Francisco last year. So I think what you were getting from Jeff Wilson earlier in the year when it was him and Elijah Mitchell, or the last few weeks with him and CMC, that's the kind of guy. So you'll get maybe 50 yards running, maybe a touchdown, kind of in that ballpark, maybe 10, 11 points, somewhere in there. So if you're, I mean, he's a desperation start. You can still plug Jeff Wilson in there. I wouldn't go and drop him, especially in a deeper league. Don't even thinking about dropping him because they traded Chase Edmonds to Denver. Chase Edmonds is out in Denver. So they made room for Jeff Wilson to be their number 2 back. And if you're a Mostart owner, you're happy as hell because Mostart, I didn't think he would, but yeah, he's their number 1 back in Miami now. So that's great news for Mostart owners.
Well, let's do a quick recap here real quick of our waiver wire stuff, and then I think we'll get up out of here, man.
Yep.
Good. QBs, Daniel Jones. Yes, no.
As a 1 week backup, yeah. As a long-term starter, no.
If you need him, Case Keenum.
1 week starter in a deeper league, yes. 12-man, 10-man, no.
Watson.
Massage, yes. Quarterback play. If you're desperate, need a backup, go grab. Yeah, I grab him now because I know in deeper leagues guys are already waiting on him, already snagged him up. But 10, 12-man, you need a backup, go grab him. Yeah.
All right, and then PJ Walker and Heineke.
I think PJ Walker, I think they got film on this guy. He's not. No, I wouldn't touch PJ Walker, and Mayfield might play anyways. Heineke, yeah, I like Heineke a lot. I think you could stick him in there. I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him every week, but as a couple week fill-in guy like Andy Dalton's doing right now, yeah, I would definitely.
And Case Keenum.
Yeah, I would mention him. Yeah, like I said, he's a 1 week fill-in guy. If Josh Allen's going to be out, absolutely. In a deeper league, for sure, I would start him. But 10, 12-man, no.
And then wide receivers. What about Rondale Robinson?
I actually think he's going to be their number 2 guy the rest of the year. So you'll get number 2 I mean, they still have to throw the football. I mean, even if Daniel Jones isn't the greatest quarterback in the world, somebody's got to get those yards. So deeper leagues, yes, I would. Yes. 10, 12 man. If you're desperate or have an injury or something, yeah, stash him on the bench.
I know. OBJ. I don't know. I picked him up in a deeper league.
If you got the room, yes, but don't go out. Don't sacrifice a Terrence Marshall. Don't sacrifice a guy that's getting 10 points consistently now. You know what I mean? Don't give that up to go and get the unknown, because Odell might be a one, every once in a while might catch a 70-yard touchdown, but he's not going to get a high use. I mean, at this point in his career, he's not going to be a highly targeted guy no matter where he goes. So no. Unless you have the room.
I'm just trying to think. There was Kadarius Toney, but I'm not sure what he did.
Too many weapons. I like what they're doing in Kansas City with him. I think they're going to use him. I think Andy Reid's going to be creative, but just too many mouths to feed there.
And Chris Moore.
Yeah, no, I already told you that Nico Collins is going to be out this week. Okay. Brandon Cooks might just be like collective, fuck you, I'm not playing. You're going to pay me to sit at home. / hey, I think I'll take extra time rehabbing. Philip Dorsett. Nobody loves Philip Dorsett. I mean, he's he's a 1 week fill-in kind of guy. Chris Moore might be like the long-term play, the longer Nico Collins stays out and Cooks is doing his business. So yeah, definitely Chris Moore. Go pick him up, bench him.
I think that's kind of most of it. Running backs, we got Jeff Wilson out there, and what about Kyron Williams?
It's taken too long with him. If you can, like I said, if you can stash him on IR, if you've got enough spots, I just keep him there. But don't run out and sacrifice a Chase Edmonds or some guy that's getting touches right now. Even a Latavius Murray, some guy like that you've already rostered. Don't break the bank for Kyron Williams or sacrifice.
Yeah. And then what do you think? What are your feelings on McKinnon or Payako?
Payako, he's going to be the better play. McKinnon, same deal. Too many mouths to feed. Don't know when he's getting touches. He'll come in and get a 2-touchdown game and then disappear for 4 or 5. So I think I think they might move off CEH after this year. First, I have that suspicion that he's going to be traded or cut or something, and Payako might be their starting running back for next year. So dynasty or keeper leagues, Payako might be might want to look at him for a longer, kind of play the long game with him. But for the immediate future, maybe bench him. Deeper league, put him on your bench.
And then Jalen Warren.
I
haven't really.
I would have to. I mean, that would be front page. Yahoo, ESPN, CBS. Like it would be page for this week, so we'll know if Najee's going to be out or not. At this time, he's not worth a roster spot to be honest, from my vantage point, especially when a guy like Elijah Mitchell's coming back. You could probably get, you might be able to. Some dumb guy in 12-man might have dropped him. Go snag him up. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, just wait on Warren. If he will be their number one back if Najee is out for an extended, but if he's out 4 weeks or so, you know what I mean? Then you go jump on him. Absolutely.
All right, last but final tight ends. Looks like we got Cotton, Brevin, or Juwan Johnson, Will Disley, Brevin Jordan. I think those are kind of the guys I probably see that are probably
Brevin Jordan, especially while these receivers are out, and the two that are playing aren't. I mean, Chris Moore is a 29-year-old journeyman. Same thing with Philip Dorsett, 10-year journeyman guy. I don't even know if it's been that long, but Brevin Jordan, definitely a tight end. I wouldn't see any problem if you had a bye week or an injury or something. Let's say you had Mark Andrews and you couldn't get your hands on Likely, and you need somebody to fill in. You're in a 16-man league, or I'd fucking put him in there. Absolutely, stick him in there. Otten from the Bucks, definitely consider putting him. Brady's been targeting him quite a bit. It's been basically him, Evans, and Godwin have been the mainly targeted guys, and Scotty Miller a little bit last week, but he's
he had 17 points against the Rams here last week. So I mean that's pretty damn good.
So Otten, I'd say he's a sleeper guy. And I know he's available in a bunch of leagues. You can go grab him right now.
Yeah, he's only 11% rostered. So I mean he's available on a lot of teams.
And for Will Disley, I a couple weeks ago I would have said a different answer, but right now I'm more highly inclined to go and grab Noah Fant. I think Noah Fant's going to be the better play going forward. I think Disley kind of had his 2 or 3 week pop, and that's about as good as you're going to get with Will Disley. So if you had him during that, time frame, kudos to you. But Noah Fant, and then I think you said one more guy.
I don't think I did. I think that was it. I said Will Disley, and that was about it. Cotton, Juwan Johnson, Will Disley,
Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson.
Yeah.
Juwan.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, with these guys that are out, I mean, Traquan Smith is he's decent. He's not very impressive.
Yeah.
I love Chris Olave.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game.
Juwan Johnson's probably their number 3 target right now. So if you're desperate, you got a bye week, you got an injury, like we were saying, Mark Andrews, 16-man, and you need a tight end. Juwan, I wouldn't have any problem putting Juwan in for a week. Absolutely.
Yeah. Brevin Jordan almost had a touchdown last night too, which was
Yeah, he looked. I was watching that game when Buddy was tapping me, man. Like Brevin Jordan, people are sleeping on him. I think he's better than and who else the Texans have to throw to?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So he's worth looking into. Definitely,
yeah.
1 week guy for sure.
And then, well, I wasn't going to do defenses, but I mean, a couple defense, maybe New York against Houston, Tennessee, maybe against Denver.
Yeah, no, Tennessee, definitely. You don't know what you're going to get out of Denver's offense for sure.
And then probably any teams that are playing against Indy too, probably more than likely.
That's dude. That was the first thing I was looking at when I was looking for Vegas's defense, and of course, somebody snagged him up. Anybody playing the Colts. I mean, the Colts off it. I mean, they pretty much have a high school coach, and I think I heard the O coordinator that they got that's calling plays. He doesn't have any. They have nobody on the offensive side of the ball that has any experience. This is going to get ugly. So if you're anybody playing the Colts going forward, that is a must start with the defense.
Oh, the Vegas the Raiders are actually got the Raiders in my deeper league.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Jamie, call it now, Jamie. They'll be on my studs next week. 20 points.
But yeah, okay. So Giants, Tennessee, Vegas, and who else did we? Was that it?
Of those three, though, if you can get your hands, and I'm still surprised Tennessee's defense is available, especially in deeper league. I mean, Tennessee's got a solid defense. Of the three, you go Vegas number 1, Tennessee 2, Giants 3 for order of picking them up.
Yeah. Tennessee's defense is widely available, especially in 16 leagues, deeper leagues too. So I mean,
I think people are sleeping on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say so. I mean, in my 20 man, I know I have Dallas and the Raiders, and I was gonna play Dallas this week, and then I looked and because the point difference was a little different, and I'm like, now I can see why they have their defenses because they're playing Indy, so I can see why their point value might be a little bit more than Dallas, more than likely since they play in the Packers. So yeah.
That was some great football. Who else is going to give you this? Got the red light, huh? You got Jay. Look at the sunglasses and the hat. I love hat, man. Nobody else is going to give you this. So you know what? Start liking, start subscribing, start spreading the word. Go old school with it. Tell your friends, your neighbors. Tell them they gotta tune in Tuesdays and maybe Fridays too to some Out of Rhythm, man. I mean, this is another great album. We're putting out good shit. This is good content. Well, I love that. Rapid fire players. Dude, I'll give you my opinion 10 times on Sunday. I'll give you my, you tell me I got an opinion on it, man. You give me a tight end that I think you should pick up, we should drop. We might even do trades next week, or I guess trade deadline's passed. Never mind. But we'll do more of these pickups and who you should be thinking about in the future because we're getting close to the playoffs. We're 9 games in the books, Jay. Got 5 more in the fantasy regular season. Yeah, starting to pick up. Especially if you're in the 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 range, word of mouth. Damn right. If you're in that range and it's make or break, run the table to get into your playoffs. I mean, you got to make the right moves. You got to have. So when we'll help you with that. Because I'm in the boat too. I'm 4 and 5. Jamie's 4 and 5 in a couple leagues. I'm 4 and 5 in one league. So we're in the same boat, man. We're where it's desperation, where you got to win. You got to eat them dubs. Oh.
Yep. we all want those W's, man. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I was trying to think of what there was something you said, and I was going to say something too, and now I can't even think of it either.
Let's close on. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, I was going to say, our Discord channel.
Yes.
We need to get our Discord a little bit more active. I mean, we got ourselves a little bit of crew in there, but yeah, we need to get our Discord a little bit more active. I mean, I got a basketball channel up in there, so if you guys are playing some basketball, I got NHL. I got an NHL channel up in there. I actually got a little bit of I changed one of our draft preps to actually draft 2023, so we can maybe talk some prospects, maybe get some of that going up in there because I know prospects. For a lot of us will be looking at 2023. So I mean, there's gonna be us wanting to talk about some different prospects, which guys might be going to which teams, what team, who could he be using a quarterback right now? What team could be using a running back? Which guy could be using a wide receiver right now? So I mean, we're all offensive players, So I mean, that's why I watch the draft. I don't care too much for defense, but hey, I'm all offense. But yeah, Gardner, baby, man,
in more ways than one. He's all
yeah. But yeah, it's Gardner, baby, from the Jets. He's looking like Diggs from last year, man. Woo!
Yeah,
man.
This Gardner kid, dude, he's in the running for defensive player of the year, and he's a rookie. I mean, this guy's a beat.
Yep.
He's single-handedly got the Jets at 6-3 with that defense is cooking.
Yep.
But no, we'll Friday we'll kind of discuss. We kind of text each other and discuss what we're talking about. But yeah, we could bring up some more. That's why we got a second show now, and we ain't talking league. We might talk a little bit. We might talk some of our fantasy leagues just to work it into the show. But we might talk some basketball. Some of the stuff we didn't get to tonight. We'll y'all need a champ on. What? We talking about Artemis?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's been knocking a few. He's been taking over from me. He took my bottle and he's having himself a night. I don't even. You 16 man need to have at least 16 views live. Yeah, no, I wish the guys in the league. That's why. Hey, that's why we're boycotting doing league stuff because these fuckers aren't supporting us like they should. So we'll get them on board, get the Discord people on board, get your mom on board. Your aunt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Discord's it's all fun. I mean, that's where we all talk about trade. I pretty much got trades. Head to head dynasty stuff. Trying to think of the other shit too. Draw blank.
Okay.
Auction leagues.
I shoot them sometimes. So don't worry about
that. But yeah, no, we all want that Discord. We want that Discord to be a little bit more lively. I mean, it's all right, a little bit here and there, but if we can get our Discord out there and get that thing rocking, man, I think we all have a great old time. Build ourselves a great little community of people, man. That's what it's all about too.
Yeah, no, and people that support the cause, and and we're, like I said, we're a grassroots startup, so yeah, we need any help we can get. So just spread the word, and we'll try to build from there and keep cranking stuff out. But if there's and we'll any particular topics, like I said, we can get to basketball. So if you play any fantasy basketball leagues, any DFS, I mean, we'll probably talk a lot about that on Friday. We can put some more, some of the stuff that I can't put in the scroll because they limit us to 1,000 characters on the Tuesday show. We can put up some stats from some of the week performers in football, some of the top basketball performers from the previous week. Just kind of make it, kind of mix it up, because we've got. Now we've got an extra hour 15 of content that we're allowed to do so fuck you, league people. You don't deserve us.
Well, I mean, we can still get our league stuff in there, but just not go in depth about it.
No.
What's crazy is I was actually listening back to our episodes, and I always find up just cracking up and laughing my ass off.
You should. We need to do. I think it would help us too if we did open mic night. We could be like a comedy duo.
No shit, right?
Just rag on people in the audience.
Here's the crazy. Yep. Here's the crazy thing. I was actually listening back to our other episode, our Friday episode, and my mom was all like, "What are you all smiling about?" Because I'm just cracking up, laughing myself. I'm just listening to this shit. I'm just like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "What? Someone text you? Huh?" I'm like, "No." So I'm just sitting here listening to this shit. I'm just cracking up, man, because it's fun. It's funny shit.
It is, yeah, and we'll build, and we'll be back. We'll be back again, and right now we're looking in. When I get Friday, when I get in there, I'll keep looking for a bar, for a circular table and some bar stools, and so Jamie's room there is kind of where we'll film our Friday show. So we'll try to add a little better lighting there and try to add some, few things to that room as well. And my stuff too, I could add more. So things are if you guys stay on with us, we get more people, things will get better. Things will get smoother. We'll have more.
Oh yeah. We're growing. We're learning as we go, man.
Yep.
I mean,
we're brand new.
So
we're still new with it, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad we got some people from the other Plaza podcast Discord. So some of those guys kind of following us. So I mean, I appreciate a lot of that too. We're Eli and I. I mean, we had a earlier podcast just kind of random. We didn't really air anything, and I just kind of got the motivation of kind of getting back into this and having some fun and just life is short, man. It's just got to do something.
You got to do something, otherwise you get this. You get that?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys.
That looks damn good.
It is, and I'm going to go nap for another hour or so.
Good. The hell are they going at 10 tonight? Who cares?
Yeah. So all right, guys. Yeah. Oh, I just remind me. If anybody is actually does not get this in the live on YouTube, we also got our podcast version on Apple and Spotify.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah. So that's the other spot, our other place. So if you guys don't catch us on Tuesdays and Fridays, you guys can always catch us on our podcast. So our podcast. Yeah, I need to go take another nap.
Yeah.
All right, Donovan. Thanks for watching, buddy.
Thanks, Chad. Thanks, Donovan.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. So I'm Jamie. That's Eli. We are up out of here. So we'll see you guys Friday. Until then, have fun. Later.
Deuces.